Okay, on the war with Ukraine, that's the next one. No question, aggression is aggression. To transgress the international law is a transgression of international law. We can't accept it. So I would not like to speak too much about that because it's obvious. But the question was how we Europeans will react on that. And we did not in a proper way. I do remember when the similar crisis happened with Crimea. I was there at the negotiation table at that time also in the European Council, and our leaders, we together, responded to the Crimean crisis to say that we have to localize the conflict, localize and isolate the conflict. And we sent the German and the French leaders to negotiate, and we reached the Minsk Treaty, which managed somehow, not so, but managed the situation. Nowadays, when this Donetsk conflict erupted, our response was just the opposite, globalizing the conflict, not localize, but internationalize and globalize the conflict. And now this issue is a global issue. I think it's bad. It's bad for everybody. It's bad for Europe, it's bad for the Ukrainians, bad for the Russians, it's bad for everybody. Okay. When we are speaking on that war, we have to understand where we are. What was the strategy of the West in that war? I simplify a little bit, but this is the fact. Our strategy was that the Ukrainians will fight and will win on the front line. The Russians will lose on the front line. And that lose will create a change in Moscow. There will be a new leadership, and we can negotiate. Putin is a world crimer, crime maker, whatever. And the new leadership will be acceptable as partner for negotiation to the European Union. That was the strategy. We finance, the Ukrainians fight and die. Where we are now, it's obvious that the Ukrainians will not win on the front line. There is no solution on the battleground. Russians will not lose. There will be no political change in Moscow. This is the reality.